Hi everyone, today I want to share with you my rabbit and quail manure collection system. So basically it's quite simple. So I have the mesh, the rabbit on wire mesh, and it's one of those nylon coated mesh so that it's a little, hopefully it's a little bit easier on the feet for the little guy. But it's probably the easiest way because I don't like the traditional using the hay to absorb the manures and the urines. To me, that seemed like it's, you know, it's kind of too much work, and it's not that clean anyway. This is probably the cleanest way. So I haven't had any issue with my rabbits or my quails using this system. I keep them pretty well clean. So basically, so the top part, it's the mesh, right? And then on the bottom, you see here, there's a incline, so a little platforms. So I'm using plastic. It's kind of like a polystyrene kind of plastic sheeting. So it's inclined down probably about maybe 25 degrees. I'm not sure how much, but just enough for the manures to roll down, because as you know, the rabbit manures are pretty much relatively dry. It's not that wet, so it doesn't stick very much. So when it goes down, it just come down and it just roll down, and it get collected by this 4-inch half pipe PVC. So it's a whole pipe. I cut it in half, right? And then there's two pieces, the bottom piece and the top piece. The bottom piece have no hole. The top piece have hole drill in it, so that when they urinate, it goes down as well, but it goes down to the bottom plate, and then the top plate would collect the manure. So basically, I'll show you, because we can't wait for them to do the business. So I will show you kind of how it works. So I got some rabbit manure here, and I'm just gonna put it right there, and it all drops down. And then it's all just rolled down here. And then when I want to collect the manure, I just lift the top plates. And then I want to collect the urines, I just take the bottom PVC pipe. So I use the manure. I dump the manure straight onto my all of my fruit trees and my garden, stuff like that, because they're cold and you can use them instantly. Put them on your plants and it won't burn your plants. So that's for the rabbit. And when I want to clean it, I mean, it's gonna get dirty, you know. It'll probably be better if you can find galvanized steel plate and use that instead, because that might be a little bit easier to clean, because the plastic, it's pretty slick, but once you scrape it to clean it, and if you scratch it, then it's gonna be like what happened, like mine. It's gonna give that rough surface where it's gonna start, you know, urine stuff is gonna start sticking to it. So I will be looking for galvanized steel pretty soon, and I'll switch that out. Using the galvanized steel, it'll probably be a lot better. So seeing it won't stick as much, well, hopefully that's going to be the case. So if you can use steel, go ahead and use the steel. It's just the plastic, it's just what I have at the time given. So, and I have it for about almost a year now, and it's been working pretty good, but eventually I'll upgrade it to the metal galvanized. And then for the quail, basically I have them in a dog cage, which has the tray, the plastic tray on the bottom already. But what happened is I put wire mesh as well, so they're on a half-inch wire mesh with the nylon coated as well. And then there's also, it's also an inclined roll down. That's for the egg collection, so that the eggs, when they lay an egg, it would just roll down to the front here, because it's inclined towards the top to the back. And then for the manure collection, basically I just used the dog tray. The only thing I added extra was the piece of paper. So this is brown paper, and I just I buy a whole big roll, and they're used for like shippings, for the packaging and stuff like that, and they're relatively cheap. I mean, I worked it out, you know, a piece like this, the 3x2 will cost me like 10 cents each. So it's just a lot easier for me, because the manure go down here, they just stick to the paper, and then when it's time to clean it, what I'll do is I just pull this out, and I just put it straight into my compost bin. You know, just the paper would just roll down and then it would go straight into my compost bin, and then I just put a new piece of paper on it. I mean, obviously the edge sometimes though just gets, you know, sticks to the edge, but I only have to clean that maybe every week or every 2 weeks, compared to having to clean it, you know, every few days. But with this system I can clean it fairly quickly whenever I want to. Just switch out the paper, dump it in the compost bin, and I'm done. And then I usually spray down the cage maybe every month or so. But other than that, it's fairly clean. You know, keep the smell down to a minimal. Obviously, there will be, you know, still be some smell. But as for that pipe, ignore that pipe. That's the cooler. That's for being in Arizona. It's going to heat up pretty soon here in the summer. It's going to be like 110, 115. And then I have the swamp cooler. For the rabbits to blow air into the rabbit cage, and then the pipe would just, you know, run some of the air to the quail cage as well. So that's pretty much it. So I hopefully it's going to help some of you guys, give you some ideas on how you can you know, do your cage. So anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like the video, please give me a thumb up and subscribe. Thank you.